Okay, everybody, so we are live on YouTube now.
We're not so late.
So let me just mute all and then we can unmute everybody later. So Germandt, we are ready to go. We look forward to
Okay. Hello everyone watching. Give me a wave. Baie bietjie vir my. Hallo julle almal. Kan julle my almal hoor? Just do like this if you can hear me. Hello everyone watching. We've got so many nice friends watching today. I remember the Gumedes, they watched last time. Hello Khatijah. Hello Enhle. How are you guys? Hello. Charles se kinders, Katin kan koetser. Hello julle. Friends watching, and of course we've got Truly watching as well. It's going to be very, very cool.
Hello.
What we're going to do today is we are going to first read the story in Afrikaans, and then we're going to read it in English. So if you don't understand Afrikaans, that's fine. You can still listen, and then you can just join in a bit later when we read the English one, all right? Otherwise, if you want to, I don't know, if you want to go and drink some water first while I read the Afrikaans one, that's fine as well. All right, cool. So the story that we're going to be reading today is called There's a Monster in My Cupboard, or in Afrikaans, Daar's 'n monster in my kas. And this is what the story looks like. Can you see? There are two boys and they're looking a bit frightened. They're looking a little bit scared, and I wonder why that is. So let's start. Ons gaan nou begin om die storie te lees in Afrikaans. Jan nooi sy maatjie Fani om by hom oor te slaap. Die twee begin dadelik met Jan se rekenaarspeletjie speel. Dit is 'n vreesaanjaende speletjie van monsters. Jan, Fani, bære daai speletjie nou asseblief en klim in die bed, sê Jan se ma. Ag ma, ons wil net gou hierdie een speletjie klaarmaak, pleit Jan. Nee, skakel dit nou dadelik af, antwoord sy ma. Julle kan môre verder speel. Kyk hierso. Julle kan sien daar kom Jan se ma in en sy sê, nee, sit die rekenaarspeletjie af, julle kan môre verder speel. Daar so sit Jan en Fani op die bed en daar's Jan se ma.
What's that
Okay,
mean?
ons maak so, mamma, antwoord Jan. Hy klim in die bed en skakel die lig af. Maar hy sy speletjie in die donker te speel. Fani raak gou aan die slaap. 'n hele ruk later skakel Jan die speletjie af. En kort daarna raak hy ook aan die slaap. Die maanlig val deur die venster en verlig die klerekas in die kamer. Soos nog 'n prentjie, sien julle daar sit Jan op sy bed. Fani slaap al lankal, maar Jan is nog besig om die rekenaarspeletjie te speel en daar kan julle ook buite die venster sien, daar skyn die maan. sien julle? Skielik word Jan wakker. Wat was daai geluid? Krap, stamp, krap, krap. Hy sit reg op in die bed en hy trek die komberse tot teen aan sy kin, so. Met koelronde oë kyk hy angstig in die kamer rond terwyl hy probeer sien wat die vreemde geluide veroorsaak. En toe besef hy, dit kom van sy kas af. Die kas blink in die maanlig en die kas se deur skud so. En toe beweeg die deur. Maak die deur oop. Daar's iets binne in die kas wat teen die deur stamp. Dis 'n monster, fluister Jan benoud. Wie is dit? Vra hy in 'n bewerige stem. Kyk hoe bang lyk Jan, sien julle? Daar's iets in daai kas. Hy lyk baie bang. Stadig begin die kasdeur oopkraak. Jan spring op en hy slaan die kas toe. Terwyl sy hart hier in sy keel klop, stoot hy 'n stoel teen die deur om dit toe te hou. Ek wonder of ek weer sal kan slaap, sê hy vir homself. En net toe hy in die bed terugklim, is daar weer 'n stampgeluid van binne in die kas. En dit klink so. Hierdie keer is dit nog harder as van tevore. Ag nee, sê hy saggies vir homself. Wat gaan ek nou doen? Ek wil nie almal in die huis wakker maak nie. Kyk hierso. Sien julle, daar het hy stoel teen die kas deurgedruk, en hy wil nie hê, dit wat in die kas is, moet nou uitkom nie. Nou is hy angsbevange, en hy skud sy maatjie aan die skouer. Fanie, fluister hy dringend. Daar's iets in my kas. Dis heeltemal 'n monster. Dit kan 'n prehistoriese dinosaurus wees. Man, jy het natuurlik nie 'n nagmerrie gehad, antwoord Fanie. Los my uit. Ek wil slaap. Dit was nie 'n droom nie, antwoord Jan. Ek moes die kas se deur toedruk, want iets het uit die kas probeer uitkom. Och, moenie laf wees nie, Jan. Dis jou rekenaarspeletjie wat jou nou net nagmerries gee. Nee, kom kyk saam met my, smeek Jan. Dan sal jy self sien. Kyk hierso. Soos Jan besig om vir Fanie te sê, hy dink daar's 'n monster in die kas. Sien julle? Daai monster is hy's besig om te dink dis hoe die monster lyk. Daai lyk soos 'n dinosaurus. Fanie gee 'n groot sug en hy klim uit die bed uit. In sy rugsak soek hy sy flitslig. Hy skakel dit aan en hy stap vol selfvertroue na die kas toe. Jan is so 3 of wat agter hom. Skielik is daar nog 'n harde stamp. Die seuns gaan staan botstil. Hulle is te verskrik om 'n spier te verroer. Nou is daar so 'n harde krapgeluid in die kas. Het jy dit gehoor? Vra Jan. Sy oë is so groot soos pierings. Ja, ek het, antwoord Fanie, terwyl hy voel hoe sy hart in sy bors klop. Kyk hierso. Daar staan hulle voor die deur van die kas. En nou kan julle sien, Fanie begin ook te dink, hierso is definitief nou iets in hierdie kas. Voetjie vir voetjie beweeg Jan en Fanie nader aan die kas. Toe, met 'n benoude kyk na Fanie, maak Jan die deur op 'n skreefie oop. Fanie lig die flitslig deur die opening. Daar's iets binne in die kas wat die deur probeer oopstoot. Met eens sien hulle in die lig van die flits 2 helder geel oë. Die 2 seuns spring beangs van die kas af weg. Wat kan dit wees? Vra Fanie in 'n bewerige stem terwyl hy die deur vinnig weer toedruk. Kyk hierso. Daar het hulle nou die kasdeur oopgemaak. Sien julle, daar's 2 sulke geel oë wat daar vir hulle staan en loer. Die gekrap en die gestamp word al hoe harder. Fanie trek sy asem diep in en hy trek die deur weer oop. Iets spring uit die kas uit en vlieg die seuns verby. Wat was dit? Skree Jan. Dit was jou kat, antwoord Fanie, en hy bars uit van die lag. Daar spring die kat uit die kas uit. En fluit, my storie is uit. So dit was nou die Afrikaanse weergawe gewees van die monster, daar's 'n monster in my kas. Nou wil ek gou weet, is daar enigiemand van julle wat 'n vraag het oor die storie? As jy 'n vraag het, steek net jou hand so op, en dan sal ek jou kies, en dan kan jy my 'n vraagie vra. Koetser, daar by Sjaal van Biljon, het jy 'n vraag?
Ja,
Wat is die vraag?
maar hoe dink hulle dis 'n monster as dit eintlik 'n kat is? Dis net 'n kat.
Jy sien die probleem is, Jan het nie geluister vir sy pappa en sy mamma nie, en toe speel hy daai rekenaarspeletjies tot laat in die aand, en daai rekenaarspeletjie het al die monsters opgehaat. So, toe was hy al klaar 'n bietjie bang gemaak, en wat gebeur toe? Die eerste geluid wat hy hoor, dink hy toe dadelik, dit moet 'n monster wees. Dit is mos hoe dit werk, as jy 'n scary fliek kyk, of 'n scary videogame speel of so iets, En dan kan jy enigiets hoor wat buite in jou tuin is, al is dit jou hond of wat ook al, dan dink jy, oeh, is 'n monster of oeh, is 'n spook. Verstaan jy? So eintlik wat dit net vir ons leer is, as jou ma en jou pa vir jou sê, moenie nou verder speel nie, dan moet jy luister. Is daar nog enige verdere vrae? Niemand nie? Okay, baie dankie. We're now going to move on to the English part of the story, to the English version of the story. And this story, obviously, as I told you before, is called There's a Monster in My Cupboard. Give me 1 second. I just want to open it up on my side. Okay. Of all the friends watching, stick up your hands if you understand English. Are you understanding English? Put up your hands. Okay, great. Are you ready for the English story? Just give me a thumbs up.
I
Give
understand.
me a thumbs up if you're ready for the English story. This story is called, like I said, There's a Monster in My Cupboard. And if you didn't see it before, that's how the front of the book looks like. John and Robert, called John's mother. Put that Nintendo away and get into bed now. I just want to finish this game, John called back. Switch the game off now, said his mother. You can carry on playing tomorrow. So there you can see that picture. So they're at John's house and his friend Robert is coming to visit him. And there's John's mother and she says, put that Nintendo away. Okay, Mom, said John as he switched off his light and carried on playing his Nintendo game secretly in the dark. Robert fell asleep. Eventually, John stopped playing and also fell asleep. The moonlight was shining through the window onto his cupboard. There you can see there's a picture. John is still playing his video game. Robert is fast asleep, and there's the moonlight coming through the window. Suddenly, John woke up. What was that noise? Scratch, scratch, bump, bump. John sat up in his bed. His eyes searched the dark room as he tried to see what was making the scary sounds. They were coming from his cupboard. The cupboard was glowing in the moonlight and the door shook. Then the cupboard door shook. Squeak, squeak. Something was bumping against the door. It's a monster, John whispered. Who's there? He asked in a shaky voice. Look at that. He's lying in bed and he is so scared. He's pulled all of his duvets up like this. He's trying to hide behind the duvet. The cupboard door began to open. John jumped up in fear and he slammed the door shut. With a pounding heart, he pushed a chair against the cupboard door. Oh, I hope I can go back to sleep now, he thought. Just as he climbed back into bed, there was another bump against the door. This time, it was an even louder bump. No, he thought. What am I gonna do now? Look, there you can see he's put the chair up against the cupboard door to stop whatever's in the cupboard from coming out. There's John with the chair against the cupboard door. Gripped by fear, he woke his friend Robert. Robert, there's something in my cupboard. It's a monster of some kind. It could be a prehistoric dinosaur, he whispered. You probably had a nightmare. Let me sleep. I'm tired, replied Robert. It wasn't a dream. I had to lock the door. The cupboard door was opening by itself. Don't be silly, John. You are dreaming about your Nintendo video game. Let's open the door together and then you'll see. Look, here's a picture of John telling Robert he thinks it might be a prehistoric dinosaur. There you can see Robert's lying in bed. And there's John telling him this is a prehistoric dinosaur that's hiding in the cupboard. Robert gave a great sigh and packed up his backpack. He scratched around in it and found his torch. He walked towards the cupboard. Suddenly, there was another loud stop. The boy stood still, too frightened to move. A scratching now came from the cupboard. Did you hear that? John asked. Robert nodded. He could also feel his heart pounding in his chest. Look, there you can see they look very frightened, those two boys. But they don't know what's hiding in that cupboard. John and Robert tiptoed to the cupboard. John opened the door slightly, and Robert shone the torch through the crack. Something was trying to push the door open. Suddenly, the torch revealed two glowing yellow eyes. The two boys jumped back in fright. What can it be? Whispered Robert as he pressed the door closed. There you can see. The two boys just opened the door ever so slightly, and there are two round yellow eyes that are glowing in the dark. The bumping and the scratching got even louder. Robert took a deep breath and pulled the door open again. The creature jumped out, jumped straight past them. What was that? John screamed. It was your cat, shrieked Robert, laughing nervously. Can you see there's the cat coming out of the cupboard, jumping past John and Robert? So the cat was obviously stuck inside. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that is the end of the story. Was there a monster in the cupboard? No. There was a cat. Do we have any questions from anyone who has watched the story now? You can just put up your finger like this, and then I'll come to you, and then you can ask a question. Do we have any questions? Anyone watching? Oh, yes. Triasha here has a question. Triasha, let me hear what you have to say.
So it was the cat that was scratching the cupboard.
Yes, I think what happened was that cat maybe went to go have a bit of a nap in that cupboard, and then John didn't realize that the cat was in the cupboard, and so he closed it to go to bed, and then this cat woke up and suddenly it was locked inside a box, and it just really wanted to get out. Why do you think John thought it was a monster?
Because the cat was opening the cupboard, and some
Yes.
people when they sleep, they look at the cupboard and think that there's something in the cupboard.
That's true, and also it didn't help that John was playing his scary computer game, his Nintendo game, before bed. So probably he was maybe having a bit of a nightmare, or he was already scared. Don't you think so?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Do we have any other questions, Tuli? Do you guys want to ask a question?
Yes.
I think I know why he was scared, because every child.
Why do you think so? That's true. Even most adults, I can promise you, I'm also still very scared of the dark. What do you think? Sorry, what is your name?
Ruri.
My name is Ruri.
That's a lovely name, Rory. Tell me something. What do you think is the lesson that we can learn from this story?
Pardon?
What do you think is the lesson we can learn from this story?
Overcome your fears.
Is to overcome your fears.
That's true. That's very true, because John and Robert both went to the cupboard and tried to see what was inside. So there was no monster. But I also think that the lesson here is, if your mother says switch off your computer game and go to bed, then maybe you should listen.
Thank you.
Do you have any other questions? Just put up your hand like this if you have a question. Okay, so you guys have a question?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear.
I was asking if I need
Someone is speaking in there.
Sorry, I don't know who I'm listening to.
I'm quickly sorting it out. Whose hand was up now?
Sifiso Gumede's hand was up.
Oh, the Gumedos. Let me quickly find them and unmute them. Okay, you can ask.
Hello, Gumedes.
Hello.
Hello, did you guys enjoy the story?
Yes.
Okay, you guys have such beautiful faces.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's even prettier when you give me a big smile. You see, I'm right. Okay, so what was your question, Gumedes?
Thank you for the story. We enjoyed it.
Oh, that's beautiful. So you just wanted to say thank you.
And to
Were
never
you
leave
happy-
your cat in the cupboard. And to never leave your
And
cat
never-
in the cupboard.
Never
leave your-
ever lock your cat in the cupboard. Yes, that's true. Tell me something. Have you ever been scared in the dark?
Yes.
Okay, and what can you do if you're scared in the dark? What is there something that you can do? You run. Okay, that's a good plan. That's a good plan. For me, I try to sometimes switch on a light if it just gets a bit scary in the dark.
I just fell asleep.
Thank you so much,
Hey,
Gumedes.
that's
Are there any more questions?
No.
Are there any more questions? Anyone want to put up a hand? Tuli has got a question. Tuli, yes?
Tuli, I'm going to unmute you now, but I see Charles van Biljon's got another question.
Oh, okay, yes. Katinka, ek sal nou weer na jou toe kom. Katinka, wat is jou vraag? Wat is jou vraagie? What is your question? Let's ask it in English so that everyone can understand.
Dankie vir die storie.
Is 'n plesier, waar jy ook net dankie gesê het.
Oh, beautiful. I also,
Wat sê jy?
Ek het dit weggehardloop. Hy was net so baie.
O, hy het weggehardloop. Okay, nee, hy dalk het hy 'n kat gaan soek in die kas elders. Sê gou vir ons, wil jy nie gou vir I'm going to speak in English, Katinka, just so that everyone can understand. You're holding in your hand a guinea pig, is that right? Don't you want to bring it closer to the camera so that all of the people watching can see? Oh, that's so cute. So for those of you who don't know, guinea pigs are a little bit like big hamsters, and they're very, very cute. And I had one when I was very young, and it was very cute, but it was so lazy. It was just sleeping the whole day and eating the whole day. So it was actually a very easy pet to keep. And Katinka has told me that her guinea pig's name is Rocky. Let's all wave to Rocky. Hello, Rocky.
Hello, Rocky.
Hello, Rocky.
Hi, Rocky.
Katinka, please don't ever lock Rocky in a cupboard. Otherwise, it might get a fright in the night. Okay, Tuli, let's go back to you. You had a question?
no questions. Wanted to say thank you so much for your dedication and your passion. I was thoroughly engaged. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So
I really enjoyed doing it.
voices and all. I can see sweat from across here. It's performance, eh? This is proper.
It's a performance, hey? Yes. Look at this. Look, I mean, I don't know if you can see, but that's
Passion.
I'm gonna have to go hydrate now because I had sound effects and everything. Anyway, so that was the end of today's story time session. Thank you so much to everyone that was watching. We really enjoyed
one more
it.
question. You've got one more
Yes.
question. Sorry, from.
Oh, who's got a question? Stick up your hand if you've got a question. Oh, good sir. Yes, wat is jou vraagie?
Make a wish.
Make a wish. Okay, let's do this together. Everyone at home, I want you to blow into your computer screen and let's make a wish. 1, 2, 3. And don't tell anyone your wish, otherwise it won't come true. You know what they say. Like me, I wished for cake to eat. Oh no, now it's not going to come true. Now I'm not going to have any cake to eat. I should have thought about that. Oh well, Don't tell anyone else your wishes, guys. Otherwise, it's
I
not
think I
gonna
want
come
the
true,
comedians
okay?
to read.
Right,
Thank you so much
Okay.
to everyone watching. It was so lovely. And
Bye-bye.
hope to see you again next week.
Uh,
Bye.